Welcome to ASAHXMUSIX Torah Studio, where we worship with a saxophone and walk in Torah. Today, in Leviticus 3, Vayikra 3, focusing on the Korban Shelamim, the peace offering. It's the offering of fellowship, and we're fellowshipping at the Creator's table. If you love the son of SAX and you want to walk in Torah, serious about studying Torah from Bereshit to Devarim, Genesis to Deuteronomy, subscribe and share. There's a song I've been playing, sharing it with you. This song is so beautiful. I'd play this song all day. But let's walk into Leviticus chapter 3, these verses, and see what we can glean, what the Creator has to let us know today. We read from verses 1 to 3. It says, "And if that which he presents is a slaughtering of peace offerings, if he is bringing it of the herd, with a male or female, he brings a perfect one before the Creator. And he shall lay his hand on the head of his offering, and slay it at the door of the tent of appointment. And the sons of Aharon, the priests, shall sprinkle the blood on the slaughter place all around. And from the slaughtering of peace offerings he shall bring a fire offering to the Creator. The fat that covers the entrails, and all is on the entrails, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them by the loins, and the appendage on the liver, which he removes from the kidneys." Just a quick recap. Chapter 1 spoke about the Korban Ola, which is the burnt offering. That one is burnt every day, morning and evening, regardless of which other offerings are being presented. And this represents total surrender. It's total surrender on the altar. Chapter 2 of Leviticus, Korban Minka, which is the one that if you cannot afford the cattle, you cannot afford the pigeons, then you can offer fine flour, the grain offering. And that is a daily devotion that you can submit from your hands, regardless of what, if you don't think you can afford much, then this is still an option for you to extend and to voluntarily offer to the Creator. So now we're in this verse, and it's telling us that if you look on the screen, we can see a male or female sacrifice without blemish. The key thing is that it must be without blemish. Tamim, meaning spotless, perfect. With the other offerings, it's specified, male, or specified a particular characteristic. The fact is, anyone can slaughter these animals. It does not require a priest, as we have read before. What really matters is that when it comes to the dealing with, that is what is to be by the Kohanim, the priest. It is a Kohanim that will sprinkle the blood around the altar. And remember, there are other, like there's one particular offering that's done on the west side, that's one's done on the east. This one is done all around the altar. The question is, how does this apply to us? This offering of peace. The world is so much in conflict with the ongoing and President Trump authorizing bombings in Iran, and there is no signs of the end, signal of the end. But we can impact and influence peace individually in our own spaces. This offering instructs us to try to bridge that divide, bridge the conflicts, and bring peace. This offering allows everyone to participate. Not just the priest and his sons, not just the high priest, but entire families can come together and share this peace offering, this meal. Right? So where can you extend your conflict today? You can start in the institutions that you're, right? And we all, in terms of bringing forward peace. Let's look at verses 5 and 6. But we go from 5 to 11. And the sons of Aaron shall burn it on the slaughter place upon the ascending offering with wood, which is on the fire, as an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to the Creator. And if that which he presents is from the flock, for a slaughtering of peace offerings to the Creator, male or female, a perfect one. If he is bringing a lamb as his offering, then he shall be before the Creator, and shall lay his hand on the head of his offering and slay it in front of the tent of appointment. And the sons of Aaron shall sprinkle blood on the slaughter place round about. And from the slaughtering of peace offerings he shall bring as a fire offering to the Creator his fat, or the fat tail, which he removes close to the backbone, the fat that covers the entrails, and all that fat that is on the entrails, and the 2 kidneys and the fat that is on them by the loins, and appendage on the liver, which he removes with the kidneys. And the priest shall burn them on the slaughter place as food, an offering made by fire to the Creator. So here we're seeing further instructions on this peace offering, right? And it's pointed out that I see it being repeated that the male or female. This can be done by male by a female animal, right? And it highlights that the parts that are important. It is the fat that is important, right? The person would bring it to the priest, lays hand on it, and the priest will take it from there and sprinkle the blood. All the important parts, the internal parts that are mentioned that should be part of it is fat and all the tail, and you'd realize that from the kidney to the tail, that is the fatty part, right? The appendage on the liver that goes with it, which removes from the kidney. So this is a perfect goat mentioned, right? But also sheep is an option. The entire tail, fat, kidneys burned, and so this is actually the choicest part of the animal, the fat part. And everyone eats, and even the offerer gets to eat, the priest and the people. So everybody should be having a good time. So this peace offering, everybody gets a piece of it, right? But the distinction was made about the fat, and in particular the entire tail, as we saw in verse 9 and 10. And we know that everyone shares. You don't have any much sacrifices that everyone participate in. So it's something like this. You feel it's not because you're sin that you give an offering like this. You get up one day and you just want to show your gratitude to the Creator. And you just decide to offer a sacrifice. But when you do, you have to follow the exact script, the way in which He specifies that it's to be done. We should be spending our time building shalom tables of peace, right? Try to invite people that are excluded, people that are not normally incorporated in social activities or social events, especially where they are interested, right? Because the Creator wants us to unite and to be at one with our brothers and be at one with Him also. We'll look at the final few verses. That's from verses 12 through to 17. The screen, the picture is depicted of a sheep, the fat tail, the loins, and the kidneys, those areas, and from an external view. So we can see that that's the part that actually consists of most of it. Also, the liver and the lobe was mentioned, right? So we'll look at the future, the final. Verse 12 says, "And if his offering is a goat, then he shall bring it before the Creator, and shall lay his hand on his head, and slay it before the tent of appointment. And the sons of Aaron shall sprinkle his blood on the slaughter place all around. And from it he shall bring his offering as an offering made by fire to the Creator, the fat that covers the entrails, all the fat that is on the entrails, and the two kidneys, and the fat that is on them by the loins, and the appendage on the liver, which he removes with the kidneys. And the priest shall burn them on the slaughter place as food, an offering made fire, or for a sweet fire. That fat belongs to the Creator. An everlasting law throughout your generations in all your dwellings. You do not eat any fat or any blood." You know, as I reflect on peace offerings, the world cannot ignore that, President Trump's, he had authorized, a response to Iran. Israel strikes Tehran, and this is this offering of peace, because that's what the world is so much in need of. Shelamim, the Korban Shelamim, which is peace offering, it promotes world peace, right? Daily, we can offer this offering. We can do the burnt offering, which is daily surrendering ourselves to the Creator, not the physical, because I can just say again that all this burnt offering and this smelling of smoke going up to the Creator, it means nothing to Him. What really means much to Him is that He gives us an instruction, and in the event that we actually do not understand it, we still follow it and we obey it, right? And there are many ways we can actually totally surrender to the Creator. So we first need to totally surrender, and then draw near to Him before we can actually establish peace, right? So we want to do this for our eternal Creator. So there is an order, right? We surrender, and we help to bring peace. We are to give all the fat, which is the best at all times. So as we look through, reflect on the chapter, we see the progression in Leviticus: approach the Creator, surrender and fellowship, and everyone will then get an opportunity to share at His table. Tomorrow we'll look at Leviticus 4, which is the korban katat, right? So it's quiz time. So we're just gonna look at just a few questions. See if you're looking on the screen, it says difficult quiz question. It might not be difficult if we have been reading the verses. But what makes korban shalomim or peace offering unique among Leviticus 1 to 3 offerings? Is it only males accepted, male or female? Or is it the entire animal that's consumed? Or is it that the Kohanim priest eat everything? Right? So you can consider the answer for that one. Next one, which fat portion receives special mention for sheep shalomim offering? Is it the hard fat, the entire tail of the kidneys, the horn fat, or the hoof fat? So that is another question, another difficult question for you to contemplate. And finally, from Leviticus 9 to 10, it actually gives you the answer there. Provides special clarification about which shalomim fat component, which does it address? Is it the kidney lobes? Is it the liver or appendage? Which spinal fat, or is it this? All right, I'll share the answer for 2 of these questions. You may drop in the chat in the comment section the answer for the 3rd one. So, what makes korban peace offering unique? It is actually B, that you can use either a male or a female animal, unblemished animal. And number 2, which fat portion receives special mention in Leviticus chapter 3? It is the entire tail to the kidneys. That's B for the answer for there. So, and the explanation is that the sheep rich tail fat from kidneys to entire tail is choicest portion burned for the Creator, and we get that in Leviticus 3, 9 to 10. Thank you for joining, and shalom. Let's close with this song that we've been working on, and I trust that it will bless someone's heart.